Thank you so much for being with us here on Nation Now on this Friday morning. Let's straight away take you to Karnataka, where accused of abetment to suicide, Karnataka Minister KS Eshwarappa will tender in his resignation today. KS Eshwarappa is booked in the case of a death of a whistleblower who named the minister for corruption.
Upping the ante over the issue, the Karnataka Congress observed an overnight dharna, refusing to budge till a court-monitored probe is ordered.
मैं मुख्यमंत्री से और हमारा बहुत परिवार के नेताओं से सबसे मैं बातचीत किया है। उन सबको कोई भी तकलीफ मत आना, इसलिए मैं आज बोम्मई के पास बातचीत किया है। कल शाम वो वापस बेंगलोर आएगा, उस समय में मैं मेरा मंत्री स्थान को इस्तीफा देने के लिए डिसीजन लिया है, उनको भी बोला है।
The law of the land has to be respected. In the complaint itself, it is very clear this is a Prevention of Corruption Act has to be done. Because he had asked for 30% bribe. Where is that in the FIR? Chief Minister is protecting him. Chief Minister has said today that he has not done any mistake. Then why did he resign if he had not done any mistake? So first our demand is that he should be booked under the Prevention of Corruption Act. Second, on the same time, he has to be arrested.
Let me go across to our correspondent Neha Hebale for more details on this. Neha, good morning. Today is a very important day in Karnataka politics. Finally, Eshwarappa is going to tender his resignation after days of uproar. But this doesn't mean that the story has ended. There are several other aspects to this entire matter which are still contentious. Where is this entire probe is going to head now? That is one big question. Whether there will be any action on Eshwarappa, that is also one thing that everybody is looking at. And also not to forget the opposition Congress, which is keeping the heat on the Bommai government ahead of polls.
That's absolutely right, Gauri. We're seeing how the Karnataka Congress, in fact, has been mounting pressure on the government, from day one. Of course, the first demand being that Minister KS Eshwarappa be arrested and that 302 charges of murder, in fact, be slapped against him. Most importantly, also the fact that, the police in their investigation right now isn't really divulging much details. But what we do know so far is that the minister, at least, who's the first accused in this case, hasn't really been even called for questioning or summoned for questioning. So as far as, of course, the protest of the Congress is concerned over here in the state of Karnataka, you can actually see how, in fact, the Congress has continued their protest at this point in time. And right here at the Vidhana Saudha, where, in fact, they've carried out their overnight dharna, they are continuing their protest. What we do know at this point is that, they are still demanding that Minister KS Eshwarappa over here be arrested, that the police on their part carry out, the investigation thoroughly and an impartial probe be conducted into this entire matter. Now, the larger question over here, Gauri, is that, yes, while the minister has resigned from, will be resigning, in fact, today, while he's announced his resignation yesterday evening, and he said that, in fact, he would be submitting his resignation to the chief minister. What we need to look at is this going to stop there? Is there thoroughly going to be an impartial probe? Because the other two accused also in this case, are the minister's aides itself.
Right, Neha, thank you so much for joining us with all those details. Neha, of course, is tracking all the developments on this particular story, and we are standing by as KS Eshwarappa is all set to tender in his resignation. Meanwhile, the deceased contractor's relatives have reiterated that their demand for justice is still there. They are holding their ground. While speaking to Times Network's Imran, his brother, in fact, said that the family was full of faith in the police and they want the truth to come out.
तो उडुपी जाके कंप्लेंट दिया है, एफआईआर दिया है। वो कंप्लेंट जारी है। वहाँ के वरिष्ठ लोग क्या बोल रहे हैं, वो हम पूरा ये इन्वेस्टिगेशन करेंगे। जो रिपोर्ट आता है ना, वो हम सरकार को बोल देते हैं। वही बोला, वो इस वजह से हम वापस लेकर आए इधर बॉडी को। इतना ही।
सर, अभी तक 2 दिन हो गया है कंप्लेंट एफआईआर फाइल होके, एक लोग भी अभी तक अरेस्ट नहीं हुआ है। तो आपका डिमांड है कि इन लोगों में अरेस्ट हो?
अरेस्ट की बात जो ये है ना, वो इंफॉर्मेशन जो मिलता है वो कार्रवाई पुलिस वाले करने वाले हैं
जी
इतना ही।
जी। तो आपका डिमांड है कि जो हुआ है, जो उसमें नाम लिया है, उन पे कार्रवाई हो।
कार्रवाई बोले तो वैसा है, वो इंक्वायरी हुए बाद मालूम पड़ने वाला।
आप जो है कि भरोसा रख रहे हैं कि इन्वेस्टिगेशन होगा?
नहीं, पुलिस के साथ, पुलिस डिपार्टमेंट के साथ भरोसा है
जी, इन्वेस्टिगेशन होगा और
कार्रवाई होगा, इन्वेस्टिगेशन होगा और कार्रवाई होगा, इतना ही।
सर, ईश्वरप्पा ने रिजाइन किया, इस पर आपको क्या कहना है?
मेरे को मालूम नहीं हो
जी
हम तो रिजाइन नहीं मांगा
जी।
इतना
आप कार्रवाई मांग रहे हैं?
हाँ, ये सत्य जो है ना वो बाहर आनी चाहिए।